uh, video for the CPL team that I'm uploading right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's less like I feel like the workers and depot thing is like such an unbelievably huge deal. It's crazy.
The depot thing.
Yeah, like just making workers and not getting supply blocked. Like these
Oh
guys
yeah.
post their replays in there, and I go look, and I'm like, you have 30 SCVs at 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get in here and this is like a whole thing that needs to be addressed before we can do anything else. Like,
Yeah, when I'm coaching in CPL, it's almost exclusively fixing their basic macro. That's almost all I do. Because these
yeah,
guys are like 1400, 1500, and they don't know how to like macro. Like
yeah,
let's learn to macro. Let's just make units and get to B rank, and then we'll start talking about builds. Like it's really not that important. The builds aren't at a low elo like that, in my opinion. Like, I got to B rank with both Terran and Protoss, not knowing what I was doing. Literally just
yeah,
by
yeah, yeah,
macroing.
yeah.
And then I started learning proper builds and stuff like that after. And then we got A rank. And now I'm B rank again.
You ever stream at this time?
Almost never.
Yeah, so that's okay. Where are you
Yeah, I mean,
going?
I'll be
Why is
putting
your
the
stream
VODs
not
up
even?
on YouTube
There it is.
regardless.
Yeah. Well, we have good games, so it should be interesting.
It should
I'm
be.
excited. Excited to see what is this first one?
First game is Kava versus Hawk.
Yeah, and I'm so curious to see this one. I want to know what Hawk got. I wonder if he got Zerg.
Well, I saw loading the replay, but I'm curious to see what happens for sure. It's nice. I'm actually, this is the first time I'm going and actually completely in the dark. Um, it won't matter anymore, but, or maybe uh, for the next two replays for the semis, or the next, yeah, two replays. If you can rename them to just like semis 1 and semis 2.
That's what I did.
Oh, right. Okay.
You should
That's
have
good.
them like that, right?
Yeah. Okay, I got those
Okay.
two, like that, and the other ones have the names on them.
Right, yeah, because you knew about those ones, who's playing who from the last round, and then I hid the semis.
Yeah. The only issue with not renaming them is 99 times out of 100, the person that's giving you the replay is putting their own name first.
I changed the names of those replays, man.
All right,
I
Mooney,
I
I'm proud of
always
you.
I always change them. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well then problem solved.
I did that last time too. I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, I'll just move some shit around randomly.
Okay. I noticed that happened last time, and then I thought it just might have been a coincidence, but little did I know, Mooney's on top of things.
Yep, yep. I'm only half as dumb as you thought I was.
Yeah.
What's up, Nomad?
Well, half as dumb still. It's
This
not
guy
like...
be doctoring while he's like watching StarCraft YouTube, dude. This guy's like, someone is like in the waiting room for the last hour waiting to get their hangnail looked at, Nomad. Wondering what you're doing.
There's somebody in the other room screaming, "Fix my face.
Yep, yep.
Make
I
me
need my
make me
new
pretty again."
nose. Hey, my YouTube video will not upload So annoying.
Okay, that's 5 minutes. We'll go ahead and get started, I think.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, we're going to hop into the first game of the quarterfinals. It's going to be Kavapu versus Hawk. Hawk is playing random, so we do not know what race he's going to get. These are all best of ones as well. And yeah, after the semifinals, after the quarterfinals, we'll do the semifinals, and then we're going to live cast the finals. I don't know exactly when that's going to be. We'll have to talk to the players after. But we'll figure it out. Hopefully, it won't be too long. Let's go ahead and jump into this first game.
All right. What do we get here? Okay, Protoss.
Protoss.
Well, Hawk already got. What did we see him get already? He got versus who was it? PBJT. He did a PVZ, and he just did like a mid-game death ball push and won. And I think that's like kind of Hawk's, standard PVZ style.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he does that again. Does the two-player map change the dynamic of PVZ much?
Not a whole lot, to be honest. It's, in my opinion, I find it easier as a Protoss player because you're guaranteed to get that first scout, so you're not gonna get caught off guard by like Lings or anything. It does kind of make Zergs feel like they can like go something cheesy a lot of times, like early pool builds, because they know exactly where you are. But I think it's really bad to do personally. The Protoss can just easily get the scout. You can do a little bit of a later scout, right? So you can do like a 12 forge, 13 forge scout, and it can be safe. So we'll see. We'll see what Hawk wants to do here. And like Nomad was saying, I think this is Kava's best matchup as well. So I think this is going to be a pretty tough game for Hawk. We'll see what happens.
Oh.
His wall is also wrong to start.
What is he planning on doing with the forge right there? Just putting does the gateway fit under that?
The gateway doesn't fit on either side like this.
Yeah.
So we're planning. Oh, sorry, I need to hide this. We're planning on something, I guess, cheesy, because yeah, we're taking a weird path.
Maybe he's just going around so the Overlord doesn't see it because he's planning on canning rushing.
I think that's exactly what this is. I still don't really understand why you'd like. This is such a terrible wall. This wall has no future.
The gateway looks like it fits on top. It doesn't.
This
the
is
rocks right
blocking.
There?
You're not gonna fit a gateway here, are you?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, he's going for the cannon rush big time, dude.
Yeah, this trying to be sneaky and poking here. Sees the hatchery timing. He wants to drop the Nexus though.
Weird.
So
that's so weird that I don't understand what his thought process was there. I mean, I think a cannon rush even just right there would have been perfect. I mean, is it crazy to build it in front of the hatchery like that in the natural? Probably, because
yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, but he could have snuck up behind the gas and gotten behind the mineral line without being scouted and made the cannon. So I'm kind of surprised. That looked exactly like what he was gonna do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of not sure. Yeah, it looked like we were really wanting to do a cannon rush, and then we just didn't. So the gateway does fit here. That's crazy.
It does fit.
But you still are going to need another pylon here to fix the wall. The pylon has to be a part of the wall.
How do you normally make this? Oh, I see. The pylon's got to be there first.
Yeah, it would be pylon, forge, gateway.
And that's tight, right? Gateway on top of forge.
Yes.
And then you just have like a two gap, the bottom and the top of the pylon.
Mm-hmm.
Or is the bottom of the pylon tight when you put it below?
The very bottom is tight. Yeah, it would be tight here.
Okay.
There would be an opening here and an opening up here if you did it that way.
Okay, I see.
So it is.
But it's on the top of the gateway now is tight though.
Yeah, because of these rocks, it should be tight.
Yeah, the cannon placement's even kind of funky, right? Like all the way up there like that.
Lings could. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like it should be like on the other side of the forge. So yeah, Hawk's playing random. I'm sure he doesn't play a lot of PVZ. I think he's just one of those players that's he's just really good at Zerg, and like anybody who's that good can kind of like they can pretty much play their way through all the races at least at like high B.
Yeah,
probably.
At least. I mean, Hawk understands like concepts, so like there might be some like micro things that aren't quite right because he doesn't play the race a whole lot, but he understands the concept. So I feel like his mid game, like we saw against PBJT, like that was a very powerful push. for in that game. Like, he understands the idea of like what army to build up and how to use it. So he will at least be good at that. We have the 4-lings coming to the front, but we're actually building a second cannon against only 4-lings, so it's a little bit of a rough start. Hawk kind of has to do this because he lost the probe so early. The wall is, like I said, wrong, so like you have to build a second safety cannon now because we don't know if we made a bunch of lings and we have this big gap down here. So it does kind of suck for Hawk to have to do that. Stargate is on the way to decent timing. We have the lair going to be finishing just now, so I imagine Spire is going to come down immediately. And there it is. And relatively standard looking so far. Just a little bit of some like small hiccups here in the beginning.
Yeah, I've heard Hawk talk a lot to like the B Protosses about this matchup, and I think he kind of does the same thing every game. He says he goes like just 3 Corsairs, and then just kind of tries to get that death ball for the mid game, which is kind of what I'm assuming he's gonna do here. He kind of needs a second gas, doesn't he? Going Robo.
Yeah, this is odd. If he's gonna do this, he needed the second gas a long time ago. You typically build the second gas kind of with the starport or soon after the starport started. Because
the Terran player.
What do you mean?
Because you're calling it a starport.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Stargate.
Yeah, what is he going? Corsair Reaver?
It might be Corsair Reaver. I mean, Kava does like a lot of Hydra pressures, but he never like 973s or anything crazy like that. We're building the third cannon Corsair out on the way now.
This is like, what is it? Would you say this is the hardest build for Protoss? It seems like it's probably the hardest build for a Protoss player to execute is Corsair Reaver in PvZ. It's such an insanely demanding, like mechanically, build to do. And I feel like it's good if there's like islands, you know, but like on this map, I can't really make sense of the reasoning.
Yeah, I don't feel like it can be very good on this map. Your bases are like, I don't know, they seem a little bit harder to defend.
Oh no, we're gonna lose that Corsair. That was pretty close. We're gonna get away. They almost met right there by the bridge. Yeah, it's Corsair Reaver. I haven't seen this since Andromeda was the map, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Corsair Reaver. I personally have never felt like it's a very good build. It's very easy for Zergs to know what they're doing to deal with it.
Yeah, maybe Hawk thinks
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's terrible.
This is something I see like B-rank Protosses do a lot. No offense to Hawk, but it's like you can't go fight the Scourge before you have your Corsair count high enough. Like I see all the time like people trying to micro like 3 and 4 Corsair into the Scourge, but you can't really micro it down like that. They don't really have like, you know, a micro where they shoot and turn away very easily. So you just kind of chill, like you just chilling around your cannon, build up your Corsair count, and don't let that happen. But one thing I don't like about the Reaver Sarah build, the counter to it as a Zerg player is you can just kind of expand a lot, to be honest. The Protoss army is never going to be like real big, right? It's very efficient and small, and it makes it where they can't really multi-prong very well because it all has to be together at all times. So a good way of countering it is to just expand a bunch and like really heavy muta, right? You keep getting your armor upgrades, which we are getting here. We have no +1 for the Sarah coming as well, so I actually think this is looking kind of bad for Hawk. He more or less was hoping for Hydra, because we're only making a couple Reavers right now, where we're going with the Storm Tech. So this was basically a I hope you tried to Hydra pressure me build, which it's not coming.
Yeah. How are we gonna just get a third here even? It just doesn't seem possible. Okay, we're going. Is this the 5? Was this the? No, he's just going mass. He's actually going mass muta.
Yeah, well, he's just heavy on the air right now. He is on 6 hatch. He's gonna start taking up 4th base now, and this is just like a lot of safety stuff right here right now. Like he isn't gonna have to worry about anything for a while. The Corsair count stopped at 4 after killing the 1.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Nomad. This build is kind of ass. I don't know what we're gonna.
It looks bad so far. We're gonna see what happens here. The Muta and Scourge are
Oh
gonna dive in here,
yeah,
and there's just like not
we're
enough
dead.
anti-air at all. Yeah, I think we're just dead here.
Yeah. Wow, what a funky opening from Hawk, man. I was really hoping we had the cannon rush coming. That would have been awesome. Uh, I've never seen Hawk do this before, but this is only like the second or third time I've watched him play PvZ. So maybe he had some kind of idea because, like, we know he knows Kava really well.
Yeah.
So
Well, like I said, Kava does tend to do a lot of Hydra pressure, right? So I think this was just designed to like hard counter a bunch of Hydras coming in, but
yeah, he's trying to counter with some speed lots, and he's got a couple Archons making in his main, but the SimCity is too strong.
this is
We
really good
got Hydras at
SimCity
our
from Kava.
third. Really good SimCities on both. Yeah, natural and third. Kind of just impregnable here. I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, Hawk's kind of dead. We got 50 drones to 29 probes. Kava just showing off some micro here.
Yeah, even kills the Nexus. Reaver showing up
Wow,
with the
Reaver
Zealots.
drop.
Gonna try and push this back. Even the Muta running away because the Reaver just that scary.
Yeah, even with this, I mean, we ran all of our drones. We had 50, so we've only lost 3. The mutas are going to come back and clean this up, and there's no hope here. See how long Hawk stays in the game. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, it's good
It's
targets there on
not.
the. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Like that's always nice to see. Like, but we still have less probes
Yeah, we still
than
have less
drones,
workers, which is insane.
and we lose everything. So, um, we're still dead. I mean, Kava's up, 15 supply here, and that's not good in this matchup. Not at all. If the Zerg's ahead of you in supply, something went terribly, terribly wrong.
Yeah, well, they do tend to have like a. They tend to be ahead in supply like in the early mid game.
Right, right.
But once the fighting starts is usually when they start to dip down. But yeah, obviously in this case, like we killed the Nexus, right? Killed all the Corsair, killed a bunch of probes. I mean, we're up 9 workers. Kaba, after clearing that army, can just remake a bunch of drones as well. There is like a kind of scary army here from Hawk. But we have no storms, and Archons chasing Muta can be an absolute nightmare if the Muta's controlled
Yeah.
well.
If we had Maelstrom or something, then, this would be better, but there's no recovery here for Hawk. This is so annoying. You take a person with good muta micro, and yeah.
We got 2 Archon shots there, which is kind of nice, but
Yeah.
I mean, we're still losing probes. Kaba doubling the worker count at this point. And yeah, this game's just over.
It's hard to play defense with Archons like this, pseudo. They don't. You take a Zerg with really good muta control, and
I mean,
Kava let him get tapped a little bit, but still, I mean, look at the worker count. He's done a overall amazing job at avoiding the Archons and just killing probes.
Yeah, I mean, realistically,
it's really hard.
You can even micro and kill the Archons without getting hit with the muta.
Yeah, if you really focus, yeah, you can avoid the Archons and kill them with good muta micro, and yeah.
We're gonna get a last hoorah push here from Hawk. We start making rebuilding our probes. And we're just gonna
one
go
lurker, this push ends, so we don't have any lurkers, but remaking the SimCity, getting some sunken colonies, yeah, like we're never killing this third base. The natural looks a little vulnerable, but we have so many Hydras now. There's just no way with the SimCity we're gonna bust this.
Yeah. It's gonna have
And
to
the
focus on the
really
hatchery.
weak and stuff, but without Storm here, we're kind of dead. Still Hawk did a pretty good job, making an army and trying to make something happen. It's just no Storm here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with no splash and this many Hydras behind the Sunkens in the SimCity, it's just gonna get eaten up. And after this is killed, I imagine we're gonna see the GG from Hawk. And there it is.
Really good SimCity.
And our first semi-finalist is gonna be Kava. Okay, we're gonna go to a black screen when I'm loading replays here.
Sounds good. I'll be right back.
Kava hype. Even if you abandon us in Nam. uh, Indo Nav, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, Mooney's gone, but we're gonna go ahead and jump into this game while we wait for him to come back. So for our second quarterfinal, we have Pandor versus Flying. I feel like for this game here, Pandor's TVZ is really, really good. He runs a lot of practice games with PBJT, and he's just kind of known as like a really strong TVZ player. That being said, Flying, as I've mentioned before, is not your traditional Zerg player. He does a lot of cheesy stuff, can be pretty all-in. So we'll see how Pandor adapts to Flying style during this game. But my heart is telling me this game is going to be Pandor favored, but in a best of one, especially with a player like Flying, you never know what's going to happen. Hang on a second, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. You know, I tell people to knock on my door. Or not to knock on my door, to text me, but whatever. Moving on. Sorry about that. Lost my train of thought just a little bit, but we'll just keep an eye on this and see how the early game unfolds. Flying, when I played against him, does like a lot of early Ling play. We'll see what he wants to do here. Welcome back, Mooney.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually hyped to watch this match. I haven't been able to see Flying play a lot, but everyone told me he's got some pretty like crazy all-in strategy play. And Pandor's really solid Terran. But in the round robin that we didn't post the videos of when we originally started the tournament, we had 24 players. Flying actually beat Pandor in the round robin. So they both got out of their group still, but Pandor has already dropped a game to him once. So I'm curious to see if Flying can take it again. And the one thing I'll say is that like Flying is he's like more of a ladder Zerg. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Pandor is not a ladder guy.
No.
He plays a lot of custom games. He's very standard. He's very solid, and I could see how Flying might be like an issue for him because Flying's gonna play like really off tempo and do weird stuff.
Exactly.
So I don't know if you already said that while I was AFK, but
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen here.
Well, it's fine. It just reconfirms that what I said is true. So yeah, we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I know Pandor's been a little inactive lately too. He said he hasn't been playing as much, but still made it all the way here to the quarters. So I mean, for a guy that doesn't play very much, we're doing it good. Gonna go command center here. Yeah, we'll see what he does. I mean, normally I see Pandor just go pretty standard 2 racks of CAD. So I'm imagining he's probably gonna go 3 Marines and then make his second barracks here.
Yeah, it seems like he favors that build a lot, just from what I've watched. I haven't watched him a whole lot, but I just know that he did the 2 racks of CAD a lot before, and then I even ended up asking him like how to do the build a little bit more properly because I was not doing it correct. We do have the gas coming down, so that means no, right? Because typically you see the second barracks before the gas.
Yeah. So he's either gonna go like a academy rush or +1 eBay. I have to imagine he's going +1 eBay.
Well, we haven't started anything yet. We got 3 mounting on gas, no academy, no eBay started.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
And we actually made the
infused.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. There's the academy coming down now, but we're gonna be overmined on gas quite a bit by the time it finishes.
Yeah, I like this. I like this move out. This is a really good time. We do have 4 lings. Okay, so he's just gonna push across the map, hopefully force a reaction. Not sure if Flying noticed, because at the time his Overlord was further over that cliff there. So I'm not sure if he even saw the move out. I don't know if that did anything or not.
Well, he
Did
poked
we make a lot
forward,
of lings?
right? He poked forward, so I imagine we made some extra lings. He poked forward and saw that the Marines weren't
Yeah,
here, right? So that alone would have let him
yeah.
know the Marines were possibly moving out. But then he saw them coming back, sent his lings across, sees that they're back here at the base now, so he knows he's safe. Did end up only making 2 more lings, so that's actually pretty good for flying, because that would not have been enough if Pandor had kept going.
Yeah, so it looks like he's got his second barracks going now, and probably his. I imagine he's got the eBay going. Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. A little kind of interesting opening. It seemed to me like the academy was a little bit late for what we were doing, but maybe that's because we constantly made Marines past 3. Um,
Mhm.
so made the academy a little bit later, getting double comsats.
Yeah,
And
gonna push out now, but we have mutas on the way. So flying will not have to make a sunken against this, so that feels pretty good as the Zerg player if Pandor does decide to move out. But he might just be posturing here at the front for now. eBay finished. We are going to go ahead and do the scan and see the spire is done and that mutas are making. So I imagine we're going to see the turrets start to come down now. And here they are, even
Right.
making the bunker at the front, which I like this. I don't know why people are so opposed to this, but I love having the bunker at the
Yeah.
front.
You and me both, and I think that we're just gonna go Muta all in here, Ozzy, because we didn't go 2.5 hatch,
Hmm.
and we don't have a third hatch on location right now. We're not even sending a drone out anywhere to take a base. So I kind of am thinking that we're just gonna stay on this drone count here and go all in. That's exactly what it looks like it's about to happen.
Yeah, and flying does this build a lot, actually. He did it to me during our best of 5 as well. Um, yeah, he just likes this build. And you saw Pandor scan the natural and see that there were almost no drones. Getting this turret up, it is only at 26 health. It's actually burning right now.
Yeah, and
And
this barracks sitting here sucks too, man. We really need to be making Marines.
this game actually just might be over. We have no turrets on the
Yeah,
way, and the
yeah.
mutas are all
I
sitting
mean,
on top of the barracks.
unless we have 4 Marines in the bunker, okay, we do unload. But now we're coming into the line, okay. Flying's gonna let him in. We really just need to start slamming down turrets everywhere. I mean, we have the minerals.
Yeah,
We just got to get turrets down
yeah. When you see
as
that
soon as
drone count,
possible.
like stop making SCVs, right, and just literally try to stay alive. Like that's what I had to do in
We
my
don't.
game against them. Just started throwing turrets, like you said.
Yeah. Do we have Marine range yet? Yeah, we
Uh,
must. Did we forget it?
I don't know. We did kill 3 mutas already though, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, we got some turrets down. Our main's still really unprotected. It looks like flying's just gonna focus on the barracks here. Okay, we're throwing down a couple more turrets.
Yeah, he just kind of
Yeah, we
assumed there were
just.
turrets down here, but it's actually been wide open this whole time.
Yeah, here if you scan this natural and you just see this low drone count, you got to keep making turrets.
Yeah.
They're completely all in. There's no third base. There's no transition here. We're just gonna keep making mutas and try to snowball this.
Yeah, good tracking there from Pandora with his army.
It looks like he doesn't have range to me.
I honestly haven't been looking. I'll try to keep an eye on it here as well.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he forgot marine range.
Yeah, a little bit of a shame for flying, missing the open mineral line. Just had no idea that window was there. I do hear Hawk say all the time, right? With your first muta, just fly through his base and see where his turrets are. So you can kind of like plan out an attack path that way.
Yeah. Looks like we just killed 2 more mutas there too. So this is looking pretty good for Pandora right now. I mean, he's got everything set up, and we got a starport going. We really just need to get to. Okay, Hydralisk is down.
Yeah,
Uh,
lurkers are being researched right now.
yeah.
This is a
Yeah. So
common
maybe we're
follow
just
up
gonna
for
try to.
flying.
Okay, we're gonna just try to bust the front here, and probably not making drones.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a few in production right now, so yeah, he's definitely gonna try to probably bust the front with lurkers or just contain.
I think he'll go for a bust, knowing flying. But we'll see what he ends up doing.
Yeah, the
But
few times I've played him, it was just in custom games, and like he said, he doesn't play this way in custom games, right? So I haven't had a chance to like play his real style.
yeah,
Um,
he purposely plays like tries to practice like standard and macro and stuff whenever he's playing custom games. But when he's playing to win, this is the flying that you get.
yeah. Wow. Whittling down the marine count here, doing a pretty good job. We lost quite a few mutas. We had 11 a second ago, so
Hmm.
we are trading a lot. Good
Yeah,
defense, going armory, so we're gonna try to get some Valkyries out.
yeah, which is interesting to decide to do that now, because we already scanned the Hydra den earlier.
Yeah.
I made this
Wow.
mistake as well, or I made Valkyrie and then a bunch of lurkers showed up. This is one of the ways that I lost.
Yeah, it was something I was just talking to Gypsy about yesterday. If you scan and you see that, before your armory is done, you should just go vessel.
Yeah. So
Um,
what he's doing right now is he's keeping the mutas here, so the Pandora is keeping his marines all in here, and the lurkers are going to show up at the front door very soon. And if you get lurkers on this ramp, then your natural's gone, basically.
yeah, and we haven't been able to build up enough marines to sit out in front of our base. We've just been trapped by our barracks this whole time, which is just giving flying this exact time right here to just set these lurkers up. And now we got our factory floating. We don't have a tank. We're stuck. We're like stuck here, right? Because we're gonna have 2 vessels come out, but then we gotta wait a while, and we're gonna have 2 irradiates, and by then there's gonna be what 10 lurkers here, and we went Valkyrie. So do we even have a science facility?
I don't
Like
think we do. No.
yeah, we're not getting out of here with our factory floated. We're stuck.
Yeah, supply is looking good, but like you said, there's just no way out um, of the base right now for Pandora, so it's going to be a while before he can come out of his base.
Okay, we lost a Valkyrie here. Pandora trying to do the patrol micro here. Killing most of the mutas. Flying could have probably just set those back and saved him. I don't think he needed to fight the Valkyries
I
there, but
agree.
it kind of doesn't matter right here. Looks like we're going to try to bust, maybe.
I think we're about to pull the trigger here.
Science facility yet?
Oh, okay, it is done.
Okay, science facility's down. Okay, so we're probably, yep. All right. Oh, that was good for Pandora.
It was very good for
Just
Pandora.
flying over, extending a little bit here, but are we going hive or are we just staying on
Staying on layer, we're getting the
staying on
Hydra
layer?
range upgrade right now, so I think we might be waiting on that before we go.
Yeah. Yeah, we're super all in here. I mean, we haven't made any. We had 17 for most of the game. We made 3 more. We're not mining at our third. We're completely all in. We really need tanks here.
There's
Looks
only
like he
2
landed
lurkers
the
here.
factory. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna bust with Hydras, man. And like the
I mean, with 3
if we get on
bunkers,
top of these, yeah, if we get on top of these bunkers and repair them, I mean, you can hold an infinite amount of Hydras with 3 bunkers if you get the repair on in time. Yeah, he's still pumping Hydras, and there's no tanks, man. Like we're gonna have to get the SCVs like prepped on these bunkers right now. Okay, we have a good amount of Marines. See if Pandora. Yeah, we shouldn't be moving out here.
yeah,
Wow.
he's trying a little too hard to be aggressive. I mean, if you scan the main and you see no hive, you're not really on a timer. Just kind of chill
Yeah,
out, get
just
your
need siege tanks.
factories, yeah, your siege tanks, and just take your time. Because yeah, so here he scans and sees no hive, so coming out to fight the Hydra Lurker,
Here we go.
maybe gonna come back to bite him. We'll see. First bunker goes down immediately. These 2 lurkers in the front not getting shot
We're
because we have
dead.
no vision. And yeah,
Yeah, we're
I think just coming out to fight just fighting outside over and over again, we lost too many units to hold here now.
yeah.
Like, initially it was good, he picked a couple lurkers and stuff, so it makes this bust a little bit less scary, but then we just kept trading. And now our tank's out, but army's on top of our natural. I mean, there's not a whole lot of units left right now for flying. We're up 25 workers.
Yeah, we've seen Terrans like, come back from these types of scenarios, but not like this when we have lurkers and hydras down there and we don't have any siege tanks. And look at that egg block and the tanks
Very
popping out.
clever.
Like if we had a siege tank on the high ground, I'd say yeah, Terran can lift their CC, float it home, and keep making workers and eventually get their natural again. Because there's, like you said, there's no hive here.
Yeah.
We really just needed siege tanks and then to turtle our way out in front of our natural. But yeah, that's a GG from Pandora.
All right.
Pretty good game. It's that's just one of those things in that matchup, man, where if those mutas get on top of your barracks like that and you don't get a chance, like you really want to have your marine ball out in front of your natural, in front of those bunkers,
Yeah.
to stop to threaten going to the Zerg's natural if they come into your base. And it just kind of spiraled out of control from the beginning of the game there. And then the Valkyries were too late, to help us with the mutas. By then we already transitioned to lurkers, but good game from Flying, man.
Yeah, Pandora did a really good job initially stabilizing. Like, I actually thought the game was just over when those initial muta came in. But then it just seemed like everything was like slightly off for Pandora after that. Like you mentioned, the Valkyrie came out after we scanned the Hydra den. And then we kept coming out to fight, not waiting for our tanks, and yeah, everything just kind of fell apart for him there towards the end, and Flying gonna take a win. Never going over 20 drones, so really proud of him for one of the highest, like most macro games I've ever seen Flying. I've never seen him go above 18 before, so I think he played really well this game.
Okay.
Everything's best of one until the finals. All right, our next game is going to be Semi versus Wolfix. I'm excited for this one, actually.
Yeah, this should be a good game. Semi very good at PvT. Wolfix very good at TvP. So this is kind of a hype match. Two-player
Yeah.
map. So we'll see if Semi opens with like the gas steal forward gate. I kind of imagine he's gonna do something like that, or maybe he'll do some gas steal into the 12 Nexus. I'm not really a fan of that, but we'll see what he decides to pull out here. I feel like we were talking about this a little bit yesterday. I don't know if you were in the Discord, but I feel like as Protoss on a two-player map, you have to take advantage of the gas steal forward gate, you know?
Yeah, I feel like you're crazy not to. The Protosses that don't do it are, I don't know, just missing out on like freebie advantages, I feel like.
Yeah, because I feel like as a Terran player, if I'm on a two-player map versus a Protoss and they just like open standard with like a 23 Nexus or something, I feel like it's so much easier for me. There's no gateways in another corner that I ever have to worry about. I just push in one direction. I just have to kill their main base and they're kind of dead. I have to find their army, fight it, and kill their main.
Well, it's also
It's much
nice that you're
easier.
guaranteed to get first scout, right? So like even know how to optimize your opener, pretty much guaranteed. So
Yeah.
yeah, but we are
Yeah.
going to see the probe coming out. It is not a forward gateway though, so we might. I assume this means we're not going to see any zealots coming out from Semi.
Yeah, he's gonna go for the gas steal, and I'm curious to see where Wolfix puts his barrack here. Is he gonna put it on the left of the depot? I just okay, it doesn't like that. Yeah, I was gonna say I used to make the barracks to the left of the depot right here, and then tied up against my mineral for my SimCity, and I've just recently realized it's like a terrible way to do it
That's
because
awful,
then
yeah.
yeah, because then if you have to like pull your Marines up through and you need to pull SCVs to like attack a zealot, then they all get stuck. Um, so that's something about my play I just changed recently, actually.
Yeah. And this is what I was worried about with it not being a forward pylon. Semi's probe does not get here in time to steal the gas. He like kind of went for a peak, but I mean there was plenty of time for Wolfix to get this gas just at a normal timing, so no hiccup here for Wolfix to deal with.
Yeah, kind of surprising. I'm really surprised Semi didn't open. Let's see if he goes zealot here.
Oh, we actually almost lost the probe. When did we take that much damage? I wasn't watching.
Yeah, no no zealot.
Yeah.
So Semi is just gonna play it really standard opening here. Like we were saying, I'm not a fan of playing Protoss this way on a two-player map. Protoss has like a really good win rate against Terran on these two-player maps, but it's because of that early game shenanigans they can get away with here, and we're even gonna probably lose the probe to just the one Marine. So
I'm gonna say, and this is just something I started caring about now that I play Terran, but this was a 238 factory.
yeah, that early probe harass, man. If you have to pull,
It's
like I'm
annoying
not
for
sure
sure.
if Wolfix cut to get that 11 gas. But if that probe comes in and you have to cut to make it 11 gas, and then you have to take another SCV off, so you have one building the barracks and another one chasing the probe around, it's actually insane how much it slows down your factory when you have that second SCV off.
Yeah, well, he did get a 12 gas, so he at least didn't have that. But it is true that pulling that SCV to deal with their harasses, it does make a big difference on your income for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of devastating, actually, how much later it makes your factory, but looks like Wolfix is just going to take do a vulture opening and take his command center, and Semi is not really setting up for a 23 Nexus yet, but there's no third pylon, so he's probably going to go down there and make the Nexus, I imagine. And there he
It's
goes.
going to be a little bit late. Wolfix is actually going to come in as the Nexus is supposed to be coming down. But he is going to see
Wow.
it here. It's just a little bit of a late Nexus.
Awesome
Nothing.
scout from Wolfix.
Knowing his timers for sure.
Yeah, he went there right in time just to make sure there's a nexus. There's no shenanigans. He's fighting the goon with his marines over by the bridge here, and he's got the vulture to help. So it's Semi can't really do anything here. I'm surprised he's even trying to mess with Wolfix right now.
Yeah, gonna take
A
some
little
hull
damage on
damage.
the vulture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the damage on the vulture is nice. Obviously, you don't want to trade like actual HP from your dragoon for it if you can avoid it. But okay, Wolfix gonna come back home temporarily. He's gonna sneak around the bottom. We got the two guns showing up, and Simi's able to do this because he knows the vulture wasn't out yet, right? He was keeping track of the vulture, so he knows he doesn't have to worry about the vulture coming into his main at this moment. So that's why we send the two guns across. Should be aware of mine
Yeah.
timing so that he doesn't
What?
overstay here.
Why is range so late? I mean, 4:45 it finished. Oh, I wonder if that's from the what's going on there. Um, yeah, and I'm assuming Wolfix has probably got his armory going behind this. Um,
His probe
in
transfer is
his
slightly
main.
early as well.
Yeah. What's Wolfix got going in his main? Okay, getting mines. Okay, we need to repair this bunker here. Looks like we're kind of spacing out.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, we get to it right in the nick of time. There's still no armory from Wolfix. Okay, armory's just going down. Mines are done. We're gonna mine behind the bridge with our vulture. Okay, we lay one mine down there. Now we're probably gonna go mine that's what is that, like the 3 o'clock base? Semi coming in just to confirm that there is a command center there. We got a tank. We're
It's
gonna
so
push this
dangerous to
back.
stay with the goons like this long because
Yeah,
you know there's vultures. Well, I guess he
this is gonna
thinks the
get
vulture
both
didn't
these
get out.
goons.
Yeah, huge hit.
Wow. Now we're gonna push.
Yeah, I
We're
think we just push.
absolutely gonna push. Yeah, 100%. Like he knew he got all that early damage on the that one goon. Now he killed that. He's following up. He's probably got vultures coming behind this. I imagine he's got like an eBay and a second factory coming at the same time. Yeah, second factory delaying the eBay. He knows. He saw the nexus, and based on this damage and everything, he's just gonna delay the eBay.
Yeah, there are going to be enough goons out. Okay, well,
Oh
we triggered that mine, so that's
no!
really
Wow.
painful for Semi.
We
But
have enough goons to defend here, but still, this is like just really solid damage, and it's like Semi's third is going to be a little bit later now because of this.
yeah, exactly. That's what this push out accomplishes, right? So we got some extra damage on the goon. We forced the shield battery. They typically will cut like a couple probes to try and prioritize your goons, right? So we're up 3 workers right now, and we delay the third for a long time. We're coming up on about when the third should have been coming down now, and we're nowhere near enough money to start the Nexus because we made all these extra goons, worried about the push. So this got
Yeah.
accomplished what it needed to get accomplished for sure.
Now Semi's going to go check and see if there's siege. You know, if you don't get siege on time, they can walk across the map with an observer and kill you. It's going to finish in time. You can see on the production tab. He's got just plenty of time to get that up, and still hasn't even had to make any turrets. So just like a super economical opening for Wolfix. And I imagine he's just going to go 5-fac from here. Should be seeing the factories go down right about now. He's got the money to start laying them down. So we'll see. No academy. So maybe we got something else planned. Maybe we're just gonna go 6-fact with that opening. It would be a good timing to hit. Semi going Reaver. He's very good with the Reaver. And man, Wolfix is just like really dialed in, dude. I love how he delayed this eBay and got his turrets later. Like really gave him a super strong economical opening here, and he's still getting the turrets in time to defend this Reaver. And yeah, he's making a turret ring. I really like this.
Yeah,
But I feel like at the same time he could have, instead of doing this, since he had the armory, he could have just made it like a couple Goliaths here and then just slam down his factories really fast. But he's gonna go second machine shop, and I know I feel like because he's sitting here like this and the factories are a little bit later, he's gonna go for a third base.
yeah, I think it'll be a third for sure. It's way too late to start prepping for a push at this point. But I don't know. I feel like Wolfix in a very good position right now. I just think the opening has favored him quite a bit. We're up 7 workers, so I mean this feels absolutely amazing as the Terran player.
Yeah, we're pretty ahead here as Wolfix for sure, and looks like he's starting to put some buildings down. See if it's okay. Gonna push out. Yeah, probably gonna just push out and secure this. And okay, wow, Semi targeting the siege tank right away.
It actually kills
See how
2
much
tanks.
damage. Wow, we got a Reaver on the back. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's another dead
Little
tank.
bit in trouble here.
2
Oh
HP.
wow, wow! I haven't.
2 and 3
That's
HP on
good.
these two tanks.
Yeah,
But yeah, very
good shape.
good from Simi there, just pouncing on that and cleaning that up, resetting a lot
Yeah.
of the army here.
Hopefully we don't overextend here and lose the Reaver. Okay, we pick it up right in time. Maybe we get
Oof.
another tank. Yep, good micro from Semi. He's always had really good Reaver control, man, and he's catching up in the worker count now with that third Nexus. And I mean, like, what does Wolfix have going? Do we have a third CC or fact? We have a lot of money and nothing going on as Wolfix. Um, we don't have any other factories. We don't have a third command center going down. I'm kind of surprised. Floating a lot of minerals. I think the game plan here was probably to go out and take that third CC on location.
I think that's what he's trying to do.
And so, yeah, we've got the money's floating quite a bit right now. We need to, yeah, get some factories down at least and spend this money. Here we go. Gonna go take a third. Yeah, I find this, you know, I don't like taking this base in this matchup as Terran. I hate trying to defend that mineral line
Yeah.
from storm drop and stuff. I always take like the lower base with the whatever 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock base in this scenario. I think it's a little bit easier to defend the base.
Yeah, I would say it's easier to defend when you get there, but it's harder to get there and like reinforce it, right?
Wow. Picking off another tank. I didn't know that the Scarabs could go through the mineral like that here, so that makes this even more annoying. Look at that friggin' Reaver range. That's kind of insane, actually, that he could make it go all the way around the minerals like that.
That is such a Terran player complaint, to complain about the range of another unit when you have siege tanks, which are the longest range unit in the entire game.
Yeah, I think Yamato is the longest attack in the game, right? The Yamato outranges a tank, right?
Does it? I don't think it does, actually.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, I think the reason you take this as your third base, or at least Wolfix does here, I just think it's easier. Like, your rally is going to be right here, so it's very close to this base, whereas if you try to take 9 o'clock and use only in 2 factories, it's going to be stretched so thin, like leaving this area open and trying to get all the way down through here and up here and like covering this. Like, this is just too much for how little production he had at that time and that moment in the game.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, and there's no storm out yet, so this is like really easy to defend with the siege tanks, like you're saying. Looks like we're going speed shuttle, mini recall. And the armory and all the depots are right here, so we'll see if maybe Semi can focus down this armory or something. He's going to get the turret first. Hopefully we don't lose this Reaver to this SCV, which it looks like is about to happen.
Yeah.
It might happen. Okay, we're going to get it. Yeah, we're going to just target down the armory here. Okay. And we're going to target down the other Reaver. Good job from Wolfix saving his +1 armor there.
Yeah, the Reavers were just missing too much HP from all the damage they had taken earlier, and we're actually going to lose both shuttles. This actually turned out really good, I think, for Wolfix.
Yeah, 100%. That was kind of a waste from Semi. Didn't really get much done.
Yeah, interrupted mining a little bit, but that's pretty much it. We killed a turret and, like, what, 2 depots? 1 SCV? Something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, we got, like, a turret and a couple SCVs. Definitely not worth it.
And I know as the Terran player in this situation, like when you kill like double shuttle, double Reaver, and you lost very little, it makes you feel so safe now, right? Like, that's such a big investment from Semi. That's so much money that got very little done. And you just think about like how much that's going to eat into like his current army count and stuff. So Wolfix should be feeling pretty safe now. Second armory on the way. Sci-fi. Oh yeah, Sci-fi is done.
Yeah, so it looks like Wolfix is probably just going to chill here, go up to 7 factories, get his upgrades, then add a couple more facts and maybe just push, or maybe he's going to just try to grind this game out. But I imagine he's going to go for the 2-1 in this scenario. Adding some more turrets because the speed shuttles. Semi does have double robo, so he's committed to playing the speed shuttle style. And I imagine he's getting Storm, or he has it. Yeah, he's researching Storm right now. Yeah, probably needs to get his third gas here since he's got double robo and going Storm here pretty soon. He's going to need the gas. Wolfix flying in here. There's no cannon, getting a couple probes. Kind of late in the game. I mean, it's nice to get some harass. Wolfix actually kind of like over making SCVs here. Almost at 80 right now.
Yeah, this is a mistake that I make all the time.
Yeah,
Punished for being too good at your macro.
Yeah. There's, you know, I've watched that video of Mind playing the pro gamer Mind playing like in single player, and he gets his like full SCV saturation by like 9 minutes in the single player. So it's always been my goal to try to hit that. So I just know at the 9 minute mark I got 62, 63 SCVs, and you just stop there. But it's hard to know if you've taken damage and things like that, right? It's like
Yeah.
it can become like when you like really practice like, oh, I'm gonna make workers, and then you can over make workers, you make them the whole freaking game, and then you have too many.
Yeah, it's a habit I picked up from playing BGH all the time. Because
Yeah, I
on
like.
BGH you've got one command center and one nexus, so you're making for the entire game.
Yeah. I like having a lot of SCVs like this in TVT, so I can sack the SCVs for defense,
Oh yeah.
in the mid game. But here we definitely have like 20 too many, or at least 15 too many SCVs. It's gonna kind of hurt our army count. But Semi coming in with another little mini recall. Wolfix really set up well with these two tanks. Ran his SCVs
Oh, even
instantly. Already
loaded.
lost the shuttle.
Yeah, and it loaded the Reaver before it died too.
Yeah, so got a couple tanks, but I think was this 3 shuttles?
It might have been 4, because we flew over 4 or 5 turrets, and 3 got inside the main, so I think we had at least 4.
Yeah, just kind of. I mean, it would have done us a favor if we lost SCVs here, honestly, but we didn't even lose any. So, um,
Suffering from success, for sure.
yeah, yeah. And the upgrades for Wolfix are almost done. So I'm envisioning he is about to probably fix his economy here, put these SCVs back to work, and get ready to go push out on the map. It seems like it would be impossible. Like, it seems like it'd be so easy to push top right here and knock out these 2 bases as Wolfix. Um,
Yeah, it can be a little bit tough, I think, on this map because there's so many different attack paths. So there's a
yeah,
lot of different counters he'd have to worry about. But gonna
Semi
scan
is getting.
around, kind of spot where the army is, sees like the gateway count, sees more shuttles coming out, so he knows there's no tech at this point. We're still seeing shuttles being pumped, and just a ton of
Sem,
gateways.
yeah, Semi's army is so bugged out at that mineral only.
Hmm.
I don't know if he's noticed yet, but these guys have been dancing here for a while. It's funny because yeah, okay, there he goes. Now he's kind of shifting them through. There was an egg there, he killed it, and the goons are just dancing around being idiots. That's kind of normal. But that's one of the things about this map I hate, is that the pathing is so annoying.
Hmm. Not even Zerg.
Yeah, well, Zerg units just seem to be able to move across the map effortlessly, so OP.
Alright, so we're gonna just push down the middle. Looks like Simi wants to try and meet the army head on, and this could be ill-advised. We are 2-2 on this mech. Our ground 0-0-1 right now for Simi, and he's coming in kind of haphazard. We have units just not a part of the fight at all.
Yeah, this is a really bad attack. He's coming around for the flank, and we'll see what he can get done with Storm. Sometimes I get surprised with these attacks. I think it's not going to work. Everything's going to melt, but yeah, in this case, everything is going to melt. I have to think this is probably game over. Like, we don't
Yeah.
have any arbiters or carriers or anything. We just lost our shuttles and our High Templar. Kind of don't really have any tech here, and with this bridge and everything, I mean, Wolfix is just going to push across this and crush right here.
Yeah.
Like,
And this also is part of the problem for Protoss and 2-player maps now, is Wolfix only has to push in one direction. He doesn't even have to worry about the expansions. He doesn't have to kill any economy. If we just secure the gateways, the game is over. Does not matter how much mining Simi has if he cannot produce. But yeah, it was a bit of a haphazard attack, like I said, from Simi. His units were kind of all over the place. He had a bunch that were late to the party, some that didn't even move at all. And now we're going to try and contest on the bridge. But like you said, like, fighting tanks across this bridge, it's just so hard for Protoss. We're down about 50 supply. I imagine we're going to see another command center coming down here for Wolfix. Looks like we did get one canceled.
Wolfix rocking the 82 SDVs. And maybe throw down a D matrix here, yeah. And this, like, with these tanks in the back here, we are going to make it across this bridge eventually. It's going to be a little grind, but we are going to get across here for sure. We just don't have any tech, man. We don't have another location with gateways that we can reinforce from as Semi. So he's in a really tough spot. Not like, kind of surprised to see him attack the way that he did in the middle of the map like that. That's not usually the way I see him kind of, play.
Yeah, he just mentioned it was his first time on Menstrual, and you could kind of see it, like, struggling with the pathing, struggling with knowing where to go, and and how to move around the army. So yeah, just a bit of a rough fight there for Simi. And like we said, the scout was a bit late, so I don't know if we were going for the gas steal or not, so we didn't get any gas steal. And it basically just turned into a normal game on a two-player map, which is actually, if you're not getting that early game advantage, most of the time, two-player maps are actually hard for Protoss. I feel like if it weren't for the gas steal stuff, that it would actually be very Terran favored.
Of course, I think so too. Yeah, I think you have to open forward gate gas steal on these maps. Otherwise, I would just ban them. I'd just veto them on ladder if you don't like to play that way. Because like we already said to death, it's so easy for Terran to push on this map. You know, the bridges. There's only one place you got to go, and now I mean like. You know, if we had 4 Stargates at top right and we were pumping, you know, carriers, that'd be one thing. But there's definitely not enough room up there to make another 20 gateways. So
right.
Really need to take advantage of the early game on these maps, and everything that comes out of this natural is just going to disappear. It's melting. There's so much on the other side of this bridge too.
Yeah, there's 2 tanks. It's crazy.
That's enough. I thought there was a lot more back there. But he's got some tanks killing the
yeah,
the 9 o'clock base, yeah, and he's killing the, yeah, we killed this one already, so just kind of spreading out and doing the Terran thing and knocking down the Nexus while we contain the natural here.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Simi, because the rush distance is a little bit misleading on this map. It's a 2-player map, but it takes a very long time to get to the other side. That's why I thought it was going to be like a forward pylon. But GG is called. Wolfix going to be our 3rd person to the semifinals.
Oh, and, okay. Semi's in the chat. I see. Okay.
Okay. And we also that is going to conclude the semifinals. For the 4th game, it was supposed to be Nomad versus G5, but G5 forfeited, so Nomad's going to get the walkover. So our 4 semifinalists is going to be Wolfix, Nomad, Flying, and Kava.
Yep. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know that was Semi's first time on Minstrel. Man, that's a tough map to play in a tournament if you haven't played it before, because the pathing is really annoying. Yeah, and like you said, the rush distance is long. So yeah, next map's Radeon. So all the maps are randomized. So unfortunately, we didn't get Monty Hall.
It was very unfortunate.
I was really hoping we'd get Monty Hall.
All right, so for our first semifinal, we're going to have Flying versus Kava. ZVZ can be any man's game, but I do feel like this is going to be pretty Kava favored. I think ZVZ might be Flying's worst matchup, would be my guess.
Yeah, it's typical for a lot of Zerg players. I hear that a lot.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's just harder to be like hyper aggressive in this matchup, I think.
Yeah, and it's just like when you look at the pro player stats, they like all of them besides Jaedong have like a 50-50, like a 50% win rate in this matchup, right? Because it's like the most rock paper scissors matchup in the game. But still, when you have like you said, it could be any man's game. But yeah, Kava definitely has better muta control than Flying does. So we're gonna see if that helps him win the game here. But you never know. I mean, maybe we go 12 hatch and the other player goes early pool and maybe we die early. We don't know.
Maybe they both go 12 hatch and we just go to Hive. Surely that's what happens here.
I haven't seen a ZVZ with Devourers in a very long time.
You know what I've never seen, ever, is a ZVZ where both players went Hydra. Okay, it looks like it's going to be 9 pull from Kava. How is our mining? Did I miss something? Are we mining this much better than Flying?
What?
What happened here? I feel like I'm misunderstanding something. How is our... Oh, we went overpull versus Hive. God,
man.
I was like, my brain was about to explode. I was like, what happened? I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I wanted to say it was the Overlord, but you confused me. I was worried I was going to say something stupid, but I'm like, isn't it because he made an Overlord?
It was just me being stupid, where everything's fine.
I don't know anything about Zerg, guys, except that I hate TVZ, so that's pretty much it.
Alright, so yeah, sorry. So we have 9 pull versus Was it 11 pool or over pool?
Yeah, so it's overpool. Yeah. But I mean, so isn't this better for flying when you get the extra drones? Is he gonna go make a hatchery here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're probably gonna have one of those scenarios where we got one player going lair, and the other player is gonna have to like make spores, which is it looks exactly like what's gonna happen here.
I'm sorry. I might be wrong for saying this, but I'm pretty sure we went 11 pool. This looks like 11 pool, not over pool versus 9 pool, because your lings would be out a lot closer if it was over pool versus
Yeah,
9 pool.
yeah, yeah. So overpool, you make the overlord, and then you get the spawning pool. But
Yeah.
11 pool, you go overlord drone.
Yeah, 2 drones
Yeah,
and then pool.
yeah, yeah. It was 11. You're right.
Kava did also get the advantage of getting the first guy, which makes a huge difference in this matchup.
Oh
Is
man, the
also getting the
initial lane
better
attack from Kava
initiation.
is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gonna have to pull some drones here to defend. So Kava's a good opening. Going lair. Ling
Yeah,
speed's gonna be done pretty soon, and we have a lot more lings. So this is gonna be kind of a problem.
yeah. I'm not sure if 2 drones is going to be enough at this point. Oh, after that initial fight going so poorly, we got ling speed versus no ling speed. I'm just worried that 2 drones is not going to be enough. He's putting a lot of damage on this hatchery. It's getting very, very low. It's about to finish
Oh my
with
god. Now we're
250
gonna go into
HP
the
here.
main. Oof.
Yeah, and the speed, just Kava doing a really good job of maneuvering around. The drone actually getting a good body block here at least. One drone going to go down. Does get a good enough trade now to kind of stabilize a little bit. These 2 drones probably going to pounce on this hatchery, and we'll see if flying stays too distracted
Oh man,
to save this
that looks
hatchery.
like it might go down. Okay, he's gonna send 4 lings off. He's got his own ling speed now. Looks like
Okay.
he's gonna defend, but like some pretty good. Oh, he's gonna focus down the hatchery here. Okay.
Okay, so flying has to get
Uh,
across the map and do damage now. With this hatchery going down, we do have a massive ling count. Kava did, ling advantage, sorry. Kava did sacrifice a lot of lings to get that hatchery done. Our layer is only halfway done. The spire is on the way for Kava, so we have to get serious damage done
oh
with
man.
flying. But this is very likely, like, the creep colony not even halfway done, and this is a lot of lings from flying.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do a good job holding the ramp here. I mean, it's hard to get up the ramp. We'll see how good the micro is. I mean, he just needs to buy enough time to get the sunken colony done, and then he can kind of micro his drones away from these lings.
Yeah,
They're coming to the base.
really good fighting on the top of the ramp here, getting a really good trade.
Yeah. Wow.
Actually going to almost win this fight.
Yeah.
Sunken finishes, so he lets him up the ramp now. And yeah, I think this is good enough for Kava. That was really good fighting at the top of the ramp.
Yeah, Sunken's gonna do a good job defending the spire and everything, but we can't defend the bottom of our mineral line. But it's kind of fine. Like we have to go Evo chamber here as flying, right? Or we have to. I
I
mean,
think
he can't.
he just keeps committing at this point. I mean, he is gonna make this fire. He's just gonna keep threatening with the lings, and yeah, I think the plan is just you don't
He's
really.
only got 2 on gas as well. Flying does. This has got to be a mistake,
He's
right?
just trying to optimize his minerals, I think, because he just has to get damage done, right? Like he can't play catch up from here anymore. That's just the way this matchup works. He's not going to be able to like make defense and then come back and win the game anymore. It's just not possible. So he has to keep committing to try and get some damage done. So I think he's just trying to optimize his minerals a little bit, trying to force his way up the ramp. But Kava just doing such a good job fighting on the top of the ramp.
Yeah. It's just really good lane control from Kava. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the mutas are going to go across the map, and I think it's just going to be GG. We're not going to have Scourge in time. Doing a little drone harass here, but the mutas are coming out. Well, yeah. It's only one hatch versus one hatch, and I mean, flying's up a drone. That's something.
Yeah, but he's just got a big gas deficit right now. Flying's way up on gas, actually. And with this meter coming in, it's going to be able to kill like 1 or 2 drones at least before the Scourge could come out. Gonna make the creep to try and save the drone. I don't remember if that heals the drone or not. But yeah, I think
We
this is
already
just going to
one
be too
drone
much
down.
damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how he doesn't even bring the other mutas. He just sends the one. I mean, he can just lose this muta, really, right? I mean, for this drone trade, yeah, flying GGs. Well,
Alright,
that's a ZVZ for you.
that's ZVZ.
Yeah.
Alright, Kala's going to be our first finalist. Playing for the money.
Yeah, I'm hyped for the next match. Nomad versus Wolfix should be a good game, man. Both really good players. Radeon, the most balanced map that we have right now, so good for Nomad here. It would be kind of terrible if this was Pantheon or something along those lines. But this map is like, you know, pretty much I think a 50% win rate across the board in all the matchups. So
All right. And I feel like this is probably Nomad's best matchup. He's been playing this matchup like crazy lately.
yeah, I've been playing him a lot of TVPs lately. He's definitely good at this matchup. He's a little bit more prone to like the early game timing pushes, but his late game is really strong, and so is his early game. I mean, Nomad has a really good micro, and he really favors the early zealot pressure, and he's very good at it. But Wolfix also really good micro, really good at defending the early zealot. So we'll see what happens here. A lot of times Nomad even pylon scouts on 4-player maps and tries to find him, get lucky and find him on the first scout here. It's really annoying actually.
Yeah, Nomad seems like that kind of guy for sure.
Yeah. Probably not a zealot, but we'll see. He does do it like, you know, I swear, like if Nomad doesn't go zealot, then he's going 12 Nexus. So
No in between, huh?
yeah. That's my experience playing with him. But this is a tournament, so maybe he's gonna bust out something that I haven't seen him do.
Yeah, I know against me, he's open Dragoon every time. I don't even think he's gone Zealot against me the last few times that I've played him.
Yeah, you have better early game micro than me, so that's why he goes zealot against me.
That actually would
So
make
maybe
sense.
yeah, maybe that's why he's not gonna do it here. Maybe Wolf's gonna go 15 CC. I know he likes to put his barracks there when he's planning on going gasless. So we'll see if he scouts here.
Yeah, I actually like it when a player opens Zealot against me, personally.
Yeah, he does take his gas, so we're just gonna do a normal opening here as Wolfix.
And it
And
is
it looks
going to
like
be...
we're going 12 Nexus.
Yep.
Told ya. No Zealot. It's
Called
12
it.
Nexus, guys.
No Zealot, then
Called
it's
it.
12 Nexus.
And it's, you know, I know Wolfix doesn't really care to end scout either, so we'll see if he, looks like he's going to go bottom right. We'll see if he end scouts here and finds the Nexus on his second spawn and puts down a third depot and tries to bum rush. So this is why I'm such a huge fan of end scouting in this matchup, so that I don't like to let the 12 Nexus live unless it's cross spawns. I always want to try to kill it, and we'll see if Wolfix goes top right or not here. It's going to change a lot about the game. It sucks when they go 12 Nexus and then you scout them last and you made those 3 Marines that you didn't need. You're just so far behind, and it's just hard to play. Like when you're, you know, when you're playing on ladder, you can kind of, we're just gonna go, yeah, we're gonna keep making Marines. On ladder, you know, you can play from behind from a lot of people, but like Wolfix and Nomad, I don't think Wolfix is gonna want to play from behind versus Nomad. You know, Nomad's a very good player, and playing from behind against him is going to be rough. And he is going to end scout and see it second. Is that another SCV or already a Marine coming?
Yeah, already sending the Marine. I do this sometimes.
Here. Yeah. So it looks like he's going to like try to bunker crawl.
Yeah, forcing the pro pull early is kind of painful for the Protoss. Because you kind of want that extra mining to deal with this pressure. So, yeah, this is I've never understood if this is like actually like worth it or not, starting the bunker right away to like force the probes, and I guess maybe it is. Because now we're just gonna cancel, right? And this is a fair bit of mining that's already been interrupted in the beginning.
We pulled the boys, and they're not mineral walked.
No, they're not.
We didn't get to hit a mineral patch here, and yeah, now we're gonna lose a Marine. Like, this is kind of a rough.
Yeah,
let's see if he can kill this Zealot here, but all right, good body blocking here. He's gonna have to, yeah, try to run the Zealot around and come back in for a flank. We're only on 1 gateway here, so still some possibilities for Wolfix with really good micro, but with the 2 Zealots out, I mean,
yeah,
there's no bunker building. I mean, we're gonna get surrounded right here by the Zealots. We lose another one. The Vulture's out. Lost another one.
Yeah.
There's no bunker building. I mean, we might just, yeah, we're just gonna go up our ramp, and here comes the goon, and then come back down and defend here. Oh no. Wolfix has got a bad rally, some units stuck in the center of the map. I imagine he's gonna get this up. Um,
He's gonna get it up, but
second
is he even ahead after that? Like, Vulture's gonna
trapping
go
the
down
vulture
here.
here. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, this variation of the 12 Nexus, man, like we've talked about this to death, right? Like Nomad didn't have to cut any workers to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe he lost one probe at the beginning, like when the probes were surrounding the first bunker and Wolfix targeted one down. And there was some lost mining time and stuff, but Goon range is almost done, right? Yeah, yeah, it's getting close.
Okay, add-on just now on the way. CC coming down. I mean, we'll see if Vulpix can catch up a bit. He's gonna lose another SCV. Okay, good. But yeah, kind of like what you said, we only killed like 1 or 2 probes and we actually lost a few of our own SCVs. So Nomad abandoning this is not the worst for Nomad right now. Our add-on is a bit late. I was gonna try and run past. This is very annoying to deal with as Wolfix. We are gonna kill one of the goons. Actually, 2 goons are gonna go down.
That body blocking on the ramp with that Goon was so good. This Vulture getting in, it could be a real problem. And then we're going to catch it with the probes here. Well, we get 1. Okay, 2. All right.
Did the
Well,
probe just kill it through the mineral line? Is that what I just saw?
yeah. The worker count's even, and we do have the command center going down. So,
Yep.
this is looking better for Wolfix right now. We're going to have to see what Nomad gets done with the Reaver. And there's a lot to do here as Wolfix. You got to get the command center. You're kind of your eco's a little off, right? Like maybe the worker count's kind of even, but we got 3 SCVs here not mining and they're repairing, and we got to get an eBay and make turrets and get siege here. So we'll see if he's going to be spread out too thin here. And it looks like he's maybe laying mines out front of the natural.
Yeah, we actually have
No, there's no mines.
we have an SCV in the bunker that actually needs to get out and start repairing.
Yeah, I like that he got up here in the natural, try to get a mine down where the Nexus is going to go, maybe.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is nice
Trap
for
this
Wolfix to
goon.
do because he thinks he only had 3 SCVs, but he had a 4th. But doing that makes it where he can kind of repair a little bit longer, right? Just stalling this out as long as he can. But we have the Reaver coming out soon. It's going to be with 2 Zealots. This is going to be pretty tough for Nomad. We don't really have anything at home right now. We have literally 0 units at home. Turrets should be starting. Okay, turret's going to start now.
Okay.
We're rebuilding the bunker at the front. Or not rebuilding, but starting the bunker at the front. So, I mean, Wolfix maybe slightly ahead right now. We'll see what kind of SCV count he can get up to before the Nexus is done. And obviously he has to worry like massively about not taking damage from this Reaver. He doesn't know that the Reaver is coming, but you can kind of assume that something's coming at this point. What I always tell people is, if you're denying the Nexus, you're denying expansions or anything like that, it means that they have to be putting that money into something else in the meantime. So you need to be preparing for whatever their follow-up is going to be to being delayed.
Yeah, you should almost always expect like an elevator out or a shuttle, or go scout the base, the map for another base. I like the eBay over the turret here. Nomad had no idea. Let's see if he gets some damage done with the Reaver. Looks like it's going to be a dud.
Oh, gets
okay,
3.
3 SCVs or something. The shuttle's really weak, man. I mean, we'll have to see how good the micro is here.
Yeah, we have the 4 Marines coming out to try and finish this off. Put a timer on it.
We could easily lose this shuttle here to these Marines. Yeah, we're going to unload here, try to maybe get a tank.
Yeah, good micro from Nomad.
A lot of SCVs here that could still go down. Yeah, good job from Wolfix pulling the tank away and trying to micro here. He had the defenses up, man, but Nomad just still got in here and got some work done. Siege is done, so we should be able to just kill this Reaver here. And how many kills do they have all together? Wow.
Up to 5. Okay, not as much as I thought, but I think the Zealots got a couple as well, and we're falling behind on our worker count now. Ooh, big Reaver hit there at the end, kills one of the tanks.
Yeah, and I think Nomad's like definitely back in the game, man. That brought him back. I mean, he was behind in workers before. That caused a lot of chaos for Wolfix. We have what was that? Yeah, Wolfix definitely needs a second gas here. We went double machine shop.
Oh,
Looks
it may
like
have been a lag spike.
some lag in the game. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It looks like it happened after after the Reaver, so lucky for Nomad there. We have a lot of goons, man.
One
Um,
thing I'll say right now is Nomad doesn't have an observatory started yet, so
yeah.
he
But there's
doesn't.
no mines at the third, so it's like, and Wolfix can't really do anything about this. So we're still gonna get our third base up and going, and we're only on 2 factories, still no second gas. It goes down there, and so Wolfix just kind of has a little bit of a mineral problem. But it looks like he's gonna go like speed. He's getting vulture speed here, and he's gonna go try to do like a 5 tank stab with some vultures on the back. See if he can get some damage done. Maybe take a third base at the same time, but.
Oh, the observatory's up here.
Uh, Yeah, but Nomad has a lot of goons. Like, once this observer comes out, he should easily be able to defend this if this is what Wolfix is planning on doing here. Looks like he's floating a building out. That's got to be like his barracks or something. Yeah, okay. Academy Armory. Wolfix gonna get his +1 weapons going. Game's kind of in like a really delayed state right now. You know, it's like this is one of those situations where you really gotta have some experience playing the game to know where the game state's at. I mean, everything is just so late right now. I mean, 11 minutes still on 2 factories, and the third base for Protoss not even done. So everything's pretty late. Nomad's done a really good job getting ahead in workers as he was behind a few workers initially. So the Reaver really brought him back into the game. And yeah, Wolfix gonna go try to put on a little pressure, but there's a lot of goons here. It looks like there's probably a shuttle and 4 zealots. So Nomad kind of expecting something.
Yeah, but these tanks are gonna get into position on this bridge
Yeah.
before Nomad knows it's coming. Which,
Ooh.
even though Nomad's supply is plenty to break this push, it getting in a position like this makes it infinitely harder for Nomad to deal with.
Yeah, this is a strong position, but we don't have any Goliaths, and we don't have SCVs here to make turrets, right?
Yeah.
And there's a shuttle with 4 zealots in it. So we'll see if Nomad can defend this. I think he can. There's an SCV to come make a turret. We got one going on in the back. See how good the control is here.
Some targeting on the goons, which is good by Wolfix here, making sure we're not splashing our own tanks with the on the
He had
zealots.
some pathing issues. His goons are stuck on the other side, but it still looks like he's going to clean this up. There's only 1 tank left, and we're going to defend this no problem. Even with that pathing issue.
Yeah, pretty good for Nomad. Then we're up about 20 supply right now. Third base is up and running.
Wolfix is in a huge pickle right now. He doesn't have a third base. That push, he just lost, what, 5 tanks? It didn't do any damage. And so, I mean, the only way to go forward from here is, like, either Nomad has to make a giant mistake or we have to grind this out, man.
Yeah, this is when it feels bad as Terran. It's like, all right, the early game sucked, so let's buckle down for an hour-long game instead. It's like your only option.
A little surprised Wolfix decided to push there.
I mean,
Not really.
I understand. I know what the thought process was. If it weren't for the shuttle, like, say we, like, preemptively started that turret or something and had, like, a little bit forward or something, just kind of mess the shuttle pathing, I think it goes, like, infinitely better. Wolfix almost traded good enough that it was worth it. So, I mean, I kind of understand, like, he doesn't know exactly how far behind he was in the beginning. He probably thought he's a little bit behind. It's just getting into this position and catching the Protoss, like, off guard, not knowing you're coming across, can turn into a trade where you can win the game, or at least get an advantage back.
Yeah, it was a strong position, but without the Goliaths, it's or the turrets early, like you were saying, yeah, it's a problem. So Wolfix is really good at this part. I've talked about this before. He's, he's always really good about running around the map and making sure he mines up all the expansions and keeps an eye on when the Protoss is getting their 4th base and everything. And it looks like Nomad's gonna go 3-base Arbiter behind this. I really like this move from him because Wolfix is so delayed. We get the Arbiter out, and then we can't do anything until there's vessels. So I think this is a really smart move, and I imagine he's gonna throw down his 4th base here pretty soon too. Maybe not if he's like keeping tabs, the observer's going across the map, and maybe if he doesn't see a command center or something, he's just gonna sit on 3 base here and tech to Arbiter. Wolfix's factories are kind of like all discombobulated. Wow, Wolfix has a surprising amount of units, Ozzy, considering what happened earlier in the game. I'm really surprised how much stuff he's got here.
he has no plan to continue playing like a long game. It looks like we're going 6 back here, but Nomad, like you said, staying on 3 base after an advantage is gonna have a lot of army. That being said, Wolfix supply this is incredibly playable for Wolfix right now.
He didn't even cut workers. I mean, he's at almost 60 SCVs here, and he still managed to get this. But this is why this map is more balanced. Like the center of the map is way more open. There aren't a lot of little channels for Terran to run through. But again, like you were saying earlier, this position right here is really strong if we get set up as Terran, and now we have Goliath, and so Nomad's either gonna have to stop this now before it gets set up or counter. There's no Wolfix didn't lay any mines on the other side of this bridge, so it looks like Nomad's probably just gonna go to Wolfix's base, and we're gonna see what happens if Wolfix can hold. I personally like this scenario as the Terran player. 2 tanks on the high ground up here and all these vultures, if we don't lose them to a mine
Ooh.
drag here, which looks like is what's going to happen, we can hold. Oh, man. High Templar on the ramp. Yeah, we need to pull SCVs already. Yeah, and we haven't done it. We're going to get up here and kill the factories, I think. We don't have enough to defend this.
Yeah,
we really needed to pull the SCVs and bug them out on the ramp, and so now we have a base trade scenario, but we got High Templar on the high ground over here, which is like basically Nomad's version of having siege tanks on the high ground, so, and we have an Arbiter coming out, so focusing down the scanner in the main, and we're just gonna start making DTs. We have no eyes on the map as Terran now. He's immediately remaking the comm stats because he understands what's going on here. But the Arbiter is going to come out. There's already a DT. We're making a turret in the natural, and with Nomad being on top of the production like this, I'd say he's in a better position, especially just because this scanner situation.
Yeah.
Although Wolfix has done a good job cleaning this up in his main. I'm kind of surprised here.
Yeah, but it's looking pretty bad for Wolfix. I mean,
we're running in to kill these units here in our natural. The storms are really too good, and I got to say that's got to be GG, man. I think Nomad's probably got this.
Yeah, this is looking like a Nomad win. Feels bad as Terran.
Here.
You see 12 Nexus, you bust it, and you're behind.
Yeah, well, it was really that Reaver.
Absolutely, yeah.
That got us back in the game, and then that failed push. So like,
it can be so hard to defend the Reaver in that situation too. He even was set up like we had the turrets up, we had like mines and stuff on the perimeter, and we still took a fair amount of damage from that Reaver.
Yeah, we are going to come home here, but we have 12 o'clock. I mean, if Nomad didn't have this 12 o'clock, is that an Arbiter also coming down with this army? Yeah. Yeah, we're never getting down this ramp with this Arbiter here. With 1 scanner. Yeah, we are dead as Terran here. Nomad securing 12 o'clock.
Yeah, we might see like one last hurrah push from our Terran player, but the problem is we're not gonna have detection for like a DT Trinkle or anything. Even if the Goliath say like kill the Arbiter, it doesn't matter because we won't be able to combat the DTs.
Yeah. Yeah, Wolfix, he can't even be out on the map like he is right now. He's got 1 scan. So once we use this scan, we're just dead. Maybe we lose the Arbiter for free here, like a Protoss player. Throwing down a Stasis. Almost lost it. But we still don't even have enough to even hold right here. So I think Wolfix is probably going to tap out. And, you know, Wolfix doesn't know about 12 o'clock, and so maybe he's thinking, like, Nomad's mined out and doesn't have another mining base or something. So at that point, it's worth, like, maybe sticking it out in the game, but...
Yeah, I think he's about to confirm 12 o'clock, and then after that, he will realize that he is in a pretty unwinnable position. Supply looking surprisingly close, which is crazy. I don't know how Wolfix is close, and Supply looks like he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, it's all vultures, though.
Yeah.
No Goliaths, no Science Vessel, 1 tank.
Does kill the Arbiter.
Throw away some vultures here. Yeah, we still don't know about 12 o'clock. I mean, Nomad's done a probe, top right, and Wolfix has a vulture up there on patrol, and he killed it. So, but we still don't know about 12 o'clock.
Yeah, if we were able to get like vessels out, I would feel like this is winnable, but for Wolfix right now, I just don't see a way to come back. Even though Supply, like I said, is relatively even, I just don't see a way that he can come back and ever beat the army of Nomad. I think we're going to start...
Looks like we're gonna...
Yeah. I guess long distance mining. Once this is done, we'll let the CC and move it. Imagine it'll be something like this, or maybe we're just pulling the SCVs to go.
I mean, is there any chance this game goes another half hour, dude?
Kind of. I mean, to be honest, like, they're almost on equal mining, right? Which, in theory, is Terran favored. It's just I don't see a future for Wolfix's army right now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we don't have any tech.
the tech disparity is the huge issue. It's not the mining or the supply or anything like that.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna go recall, but now we're gonna have 2 mining bases here as Nomad. Wolfix, does he know? Oh my god! That storm drop was so good. Just murdered like 10 SCVs, and now we know about 12 o'clock, and that's Wolfix, and yeah, it looks like he's trying to maybe go across the map here and try to catch the shuttle, but it looks like he's just gonna try to go for it, man.
Yeah, now we're seeing the big supply gap starting to bloom here for Nomad.
Yeah, we don't have scan. How many scans do we have? We've got, okay, 3 scans. And yeah, not even going to try to kill 12 o'clock. Maybe we're just going to try to push the main here, but this is going to get rolled. I can't see Wolfix holding this.
Yeah, even a stasis coming down on her very little
Yeah,
army here.
GG. Crazy game. Very action-packed. Got a little base trading. I think Wolfix had some opportunity to stay in the game, but, you know, Nomad wins. He's a really good player. So I guess we got a PVZ finals, which is pretty awesome because this whole thing actually started when we got to the round of 16 after the round robin for 24 players. We had 8 Protosses, 8 Zergs, and 8 Terrans. So, or at the 24 mark, I'm sorry, not the 16. So it was like perfectly balanced from the start, and it's cool to see a PVZ finals, man. Everybody's saying that Protosses never make it to the finals, you know. Put that to rest. It's official.
Yeah, we have, if nothing else, we have confirmed that Terran is in fact the weakest race.
Exactly. I've been trying to say it this whole time. Yeah. Exit. You lost in the beginning, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that or not.
So we'll try to schedule. I'm gonna start working with Nomad and Kava to schedule the finals. And just for everyone in the chat, the finals is what do we call it? Is it battle?
It's
battle style?
ultimate battle.
Ultimate battle, right? So we got $300 for the finals, and all 5 games are gonna get played. And every time you win $60. So even if the person, you know, who loses the, you know, the series or however you want to call it, they win 1 out of 5 games, let's say, they still get $60. So there's a chance for if someone can get the 5-0 to win the 300, and there's a chance for both players to make some money. So it should be cool. I think it's going to be a fun format, and we'll try to do it Sunday live, right?
Yes, we're gonna live stream it for sure.
Yeah. So awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited about it because Nomad and Kava have a history of playing each other, and they're relatively back and forth. So I don't think this is going to be a 5-0 sweep or anything like that. There shouldn't be like a big disparity on skill level. So I think we're going to get some really good games.
Yeah, they had a good match in K League last week too. So I think it's gonna be good too. And yeah, awesome. Thanks for casting all this stuff, Ozzy. It's been fun.
Yeah, I've had a good time. All right, that's going to do it for the stream today, guys. Like you said, we'll be back with the finals hopefully on Sunday. We'll try and get it scheduled. I'll try and keep you guys updated on the stream when that's going to be. But that's going to do it for me here today. I'm going to head out, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.